Mr. Nasser, there is a move to federate East Africa, and many countries are joining the bloc. Do you think that is a right decision?
You see, what is happening in as far as the Federation of East Africa is concerned is what I would term as bringing six sick people together with the hope that when you bring the 6 patients together, you'll come up with one healthy person. You bring 6 sick people together with the hope that when you bring them together, you'll get one healthy person. You see, the countries that make up the East African Community Board are sick. Many of them are democratically sick. They have failed to, sort their internal democracies. Of course, with the exception of Kenya and to some extent Tanzania. Now, a country that is integrating with a lot of internal contradictions, it's a matter of time that these countries will disintegrate. I think the East African, the propagators of East African, community need to first study keenly how the EU has evolved over a period of time. For example, the EU, the countries in the EU first, I can use the word retreated. They became smaller blocks. You have countries that are as small as 5 million people, those that disintegrated from Yugoslavia, those that disintegrated from Soviet Union. Then they retreated to first become who they are first, to become a people, to become who they are, to sort their internal contradictions as smaller units. Then after they came and merged as the bigger EU. Now, you cannot integrate, you cannot federate when you still have internal contradictions. You see what is in Sudan. You see what is in Uganda. There are still internal contradictions, ethnistic contradictions, democratic contradictions, and then you're bringing a fragmented bloc together with the hope that when it comes together, it's like just like I said, 6 people are coming together with the hope that when they come together, you will form a healthy person. I think that is not going to work. The integration of East African community needs to take phases, and it may not even be our generation to get the fruits of the integration. I'm seeing a lot of selfishness concerning the integration of East African community. The MPs that are representing these blocks, for example, you find that an MP who is representing Uganda in East African community, annually he earns money that is a budget of a district. An MP annually earns the money that is a budget of a district. I think we need to go slow. For me, I would think that to start with, the East African Legislative Assembly needs to be disbanded completely. And what we can now have is a Council of Ministers. The Minister of Uganda of East Africa, the Minister of Kenya of East Africa. Those ministers can always sit, maybe every after 3 months, to deliberate on the issues that affect the region. This issue of having MPs, 5 MPs from Uganda, it is just eating us. These MPs are just becoming ticks for no reason. I don't think that we are good to have the East African Federation, and that thinking that the only way we can survive, either in terms of security or in terms of market, is when we integrate is not true. Singapore did not first integrate to become what it is. Never. Many countries have evolved and grown without necessarily integrating. Integration is good, but we need to first get things right locally. Of course, the president has always been talking of market and everything. But you see, we're a country of over 45 million people. Singapore disintegrated from Malaysia. We are talking of integration. But Singapore disintegrated from Malaysia and formed what it is now. You understand? So how would we make sure that we capacitate the quality of our population and our people first? If Uganda has a market of 45 million people, how would we make sure that that is a quality market? You understand? How would we make sure that that is a quality market that can consume? You understand? So it is very important for us not to look at the consumption part of East African community, because I'm seeing it as a cow, for lack of a better word, as a meal for the 5 legislators or 6, for the politicians that just go there to talk this and that, and at the end of the day, it is not even carrying significance. Let countries retreat first sort out the internal contradictions before we think of East African Federation.